This past week, I had somebody come to me and regarding my video that I did last week around shining and say, yeah, I get that piece that you have to shine and that growing yourself is important. But then there are other people that actually don't do the work. It's like they're in it for themselves in this world and they don't really care, who they impact, and they're not responsible for how they act in the world. And I thought that was a really good point because this is also true at the same time that you're seeking to grow and be authentic and healthy, you're definitely going to come across people who are hiding and they want to stay hidden and they don't want to be an authentic self. They just kind of want to get through life. The Gospel of Thomas, I think, sums it up really well. It says this: if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. There are people, including ourselves, that want to hide from the world. Some people really want to hide. And then some people, do it at certain points in their life. And then they discover the path of being more authentic and real and healing. So as we talked about last week, in order to be seen, we really need to see ourselves. That requires that we go into both our wounds and our gifts, because when you go internal, you go into all of you. And so there are things inside of us that we've rejected, whether that's from situations with family members that said, no, 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 like, don't be that way around your brother because he feels insecure, or maybe in middle school somebody made fun of you for being really smart. And so we have to address those sides of ourselves. And there's a fear that comes with that, right? Anything with the unknown is fearful. And when somebody who is self-rejecting, encompassing self-hatred, they don't want to go into those places. I think of somebody who's an extreme version of this is somebody who's an addict who somewhere in their life they went through some pretty severe pain to be self-medicating so intensely, right? And they can't, or they won't face their fears. It's too painful. And so they're not going to go looking for the authentic self, because that means they might find their gifts, but they would also find their pain. And so there's a certain level of grace that we have to extend to ourselves and to other people, because we don't know what people are going through. Another example of this is somebody who is a workaholic or is just spending all of their time at work, and man, they get things done, right? They get accolades. They are kind of the teacher's pet, so to speak. But deep down, they're not really happy, and they're not dealing with themselves. In fact, work is a way for them to avoid or hide from themselves. So to truly be that person who shines and somebody who's authentic, you have to be in those places of discomfort. You have to be in those places that aren't discovered or that you wanted to hide from. And that's where the courage comes in, right? To really grow into that space, you have courage. So I'd love to hear some of your comments about this and hear your insights, because as you know, that helps me create more videos. And please like or subscribe, and I will see you next week.